Hey, thank you guys so much for supporting my endeavor to raise $10,000 for Grace to Change. This is going to be a journey about not how fast that we can raise the funds, but that who it affects and who's able to join me on the journey. For my birthday, someone very special gave me this journal. It says, and she never gave up. Um, Addiction has hit me very, very hard in my lifetime. I'm grateful to say that I have never been addicted to alcohol or drugs of any sort, but it doesn't mean that I haven't had patterns of addiction assimilate into my life through food and coffee. And that's laughable when I meet the heroes of addiction that have recovered from alcohol and drugs. But it really, really made me think about the fight that they have fought to even walk into the doors of Grace to Change, and those most especially who choose it, that are not court ordered to receive the services that Grace to Change has to offer, that they walk in willing and ready. And that's kind of where I want to direct these fundraising funds, to those cash paying clients or those who walk in the door because their heart knew that it was a place that they could recover for life, and someone, somewhere, some way, they heard about Grace to Change. And I want the $10,000 to touch that person, whether it takes me a year to raise the funds or a month, it doesn't matter. But I do want to just talk about the purpose. And so I'm going to use this journal to track this fundraiser and hopefully be able to write stories, anonymous of course, about each person that $10,000 touches down the road. So that's a hope that I have. But I do want to read to you what I've decided to do. I spoke to my husband in depth, and he knows my heart is to break chains of addiction for my bloodline, for those behind me in my bloodline, beside me, and after me, all forms of addiction. And Isaiah 58:6 says, is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen, to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke? And so, with my husband backing me up, and I say that because I've done fasts in the past that were quiet, or between just myself and prayer partners, or myself and friends. I've never done a fast where I'm asking the head of my home, my husband, to back it and support it. And I discussed it with him thoroughly, and he said, you should do this. So what I've decided is that I am fasting my way to $10,000. So as of 6 p.m. tonight, I've moved into that fast. I don't know what time it is now. It's probably 8, 9 o'clock. I want to thank Francine for your donation of $25. I want to thank Christy Kennedy for your donation of $20. You guys have helped me move towards my first meal. So my thought is that I went ahead and did blood work yesterday, and I'm going to be tracking the fast in a medical sense because I do have a medical background, so I don't play with that. So I am under supervision. I would ask that if it's in your heart, give $5, $10, $20. I'm hoping that I can coordinate it with some of the Grace to Change staff and leadership to be able to find out when the $10,000 is donated who some of those people are once they're recovered, and to be able to share that in bits and pieces, even if it's a private dinner that I throw and you can meet the people that you helped that aren't even at Grace to Change yet. They haven't even walked through the doors yet. And in the meantime, that the physical discomfort that I feel through fasting would give me an opportunity to pray in a way for those who haven't come to know Grace to Change yet, for those who are still losing their children, for children who are crying for their parents, for parents who are in jail, for those who are still in denial, that are sitting right now in this moment thinking of how they can get that next high, for the theft that's occurring, for the violence, for the anger, the rage, the lies, all of that takes place in order for the addict to have their drug or alcohol of choice. That person is who I'm fasting for right now, or persons, and that's who we're raising the money for. In the room last night at the fundraiser, there were so many people there that are living recovered lives. They have their homes now. They have good jobs. Some are getting their degree in counseling. I mean, just the heroes in that room. And to know that these funds, these $10,000 will go to help many people, not one person, but several people, because Grace to Change has it set up as a nonprofit where it's a lifetime recovery for free after they complete the program. No one does that. Who offers lifetime recovery? So anyway, this has been a really long video. They will not be this long in the future. I just wanted to bring you in on my journey. I want to thank you for your faithfulness, for your prayers. I've gotten such a outpouring from those who have not said, those who are sitting in our quiet places and not speaking our truths. They're able to share that with me, and I treasure that, and I pray over your story that at some point God will give you the strength to shout your story from the rooftops and give others freedom from what they're experiencing because of your testimony. In the meantime, the most that I can do is have you take a look at these lights. These were at the fundraiser. And when people don't have Grace, or an organization even like Grace to Change, they're in the dark. They're in the dark, and I watched them come to Grace to Change that first family night, and you know, it's kind of dim. It's kind of like this. And sometimes I miss family night for 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row, and that same person that I met the first night, I walk in the door and they are lit up. That's what these funds will do for someone right here in Collin County. Thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful night.